Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Mississippi State about to put it away as we start the festivities. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. On 1st and 10. On the option. Now the toss. Danced his way through traffic. Pick up a 4 to the 19.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option. They didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that team. Getting hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field, and getting him down on the ground.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Leaves it with the running back. Got room to work. Gets it past the marker. Into the secondary on the right. Touchdown, Hawkeye! He got a step and just dusted the field.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a scintillating 57-yard touchdown run. They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already there. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion from the back. Finds a little space. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Dropping back, it's Newton. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Makes the grab, ready for the 1st down. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage. looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Wants to go up top. Grab behind the line. It's the way. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good to finish things off. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. Thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the snap, it's Marshall. Incomplete, and they tried to catch him flat-footed on first down, but the defense was ready. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Snap. It's Marshall. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Breaks into the open. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Gets the back moving. Direct snap. It's Marshall. They found a little running room out of the Wildcat, still short of the first down marker.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. It's still a successful play.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback keeps it. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. More importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but into the plays when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in the fourth quarter game.
Looking to pass. It's Holstein. Calls it in. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll run the option. Good pitching. Shakes off the defender. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And you want to run the football, right? That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Going to swing it on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Marshall. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this third down and start. Got some room headed to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. They'll try to slam it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Can the defense stop him again on second and goal? If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Quarterback sneak looking for just a sliver of daylight. And the Hawkeyes want to crank the tempo. Trying to pound it in. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, I got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
They come to the line of scrimmage full of guts, passing on the field goal attempt that would give them the lead and going for the touchdown on 4th down. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down. I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
They're working that left side. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down,
he's going for the big play. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He's loose on the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. The receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. To throw, it's Holstein. Trying to make magic with his feet. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. On the direct snap, it's Dupree. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. You know what they Makes the catch at the 30. Coverage team is down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Speeding down the right side. Touchdown, Iowa. The defense putting points on the board.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Quarterback making checks. Back to throw. It's Newton. Caught near the sticks. It's Bishop. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. The Bulldogs want to move quickly.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Going to try to get it himself. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
They were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Creates a little space. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
And the Bulldogs look to keep this drive humming. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. And the throw to the sideline is complete, but won't be enough for the first down.
It's hard to run a route or get lost near the sidelines and understand exactly where you're at. Nice job understanding I'm starting to get close to the sidelines, throttling down a little bit, catching the football, and making sure I was in bounds.
Caught close to the marker. It's hooked. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it.
Touchdown, Mississippi State! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas State has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up 14 over Coastal Carolina. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Dropping back, it's Holstein. Grabbed over the middle, it's Lockwood. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Back to pass. Looking left. Nice defensive play to get it handed there and knock it away.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Another incompletion on third down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Slips through the line. He's going to get loose. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. Rushes on him. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. It's picked off. Got room on the return. He's at the 20. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
Man, you got to give credit to this defense. In the sudden change situation, they barely had a chance to even blink. Just a second ago, they were on the sideline. All of a sudden, there's a turnover. They got to take the field. They're on their own goal line, and a phenomenal job getting lined up, communicating, and making sure that that pass play fell incomplete.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Splits the uprights. Good. And that lead grows even bigger. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Holstein. Under fire. Finding an escape route. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. And the Hawkeyes come to the line in the hurry up. Looking to throw on first down. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes. Make sure you take a look.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. How about this? A fake. And he's got it. Got to get to the steps. What a cut. Now he's loose. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And that is such a great job by the head coach deciding to go for it there on the fake punt. And that's one of those fake punts that they've probably had in their playbook now for several weeks, but you got to have the perfect look defensively to run it. The up man gets the snap, a nice accurate throw, picking up the first down and keep this drive alive.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. And it's right down the boulevard. That'll close the gap to 14. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime updates. And the Hawkeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did. The quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Muscling ahead on third and short. That'll be enough to give Mississippi State a fresh set of downs.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
Dropping back, it's Newton. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quarterback making adjustments. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the right. Complete on the comeback. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. The Bulldogs come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. They'll try to run for it. Just ran him over. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 37.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Pulls it and fires to the left. How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41?
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a ton of the run through.
Offense in a bunch formation. Second down, they'll go to the air. Moving away from pressure. Makes the grab. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And the Bulldogs want to pick up the tempo.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Hand off from the gun. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Looking downfield, it's Newton. Buys a little time. Got a little space. Tying it on. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And that is such a gut punch for this defense because you're trailing in the game. You're trying to get off the field. You think you got the quarterback in the backfield for a sack, and he's able to escape, scramble, and go pick up the first down. That is a killer. If you're the defensive coordinator, you've now got to find more ways to get pressure on this guy and get him on the ground.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Might be changing the route. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Man, the last thing you want after controlling the ball, moving it down the field, is to have to settle for a field goal attempt. It's 3rd and goal. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many first downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. 4th down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive with a touchdown.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
No love lost between teams anytime they square off inside the Big Ten. Here's one that's just gone final. Michigan left little doubt. You know, this version of the Maize and Blue can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program with multiple national titles. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This Big Ten battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Pulls and fires complete. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you line him up. He's that good, and if I'm this offense, I'm going to find him more often.
The Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line. Now he's going to break the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10.
Well, we know the game of college football is always evolving and changing, and one of the biggest reasons why is the quarterback evolution. Dual-threat quarterbacks. You're seeing two great examples in this game so far. Both guys can hurt you throwing it. Both guys can hurt you running it. It's been the running attack for both of these guys that's been the big story so far.
And the Hawkeyes have it with a first and 10. Themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on down.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass.
Nothing but green grass down the middle. The tag. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And the route is on. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. He can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners, kicked it in the air, got the long touchdown.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Mississippi State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking downfield, it's Holstein. Snagged out of the air. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Hawkeyes in the hurry-up. Lost the fire on 2nd down. It's on target and complete. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Here comes the hurry-up. From the gun, running back gets the give. They get him stopped after he picked up a 5 to the 28. The Hawkeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. They want to throw it. Gets it to him on the screen. He gets in there for the 2. It's a 2-possession game now, and they've still got a shot. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man. And the punishment has been extended. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Salt into a wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and he can give me another touchdown.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Only reason you can think of for the onside kick here is they want to stick it to him. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Back to pass, it's Holstein. He'll pull it down. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. And the Hawkeyes racing to the line in a hurry up.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was with him.
Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Iowa!
I love this tight end because, man, he's a weapon in the passing game. Big guy, big target, and he has a lot of ability after the catch. You saw it on that touchdown.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Looking to throw. He's got it, so they convert the 2 and keep just a flicker of hope alive, down 2 possessions. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller has dialing in. These guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Second down, he'll throw it. Got his man downfield. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Well, they execute the end route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Back to throw. It's Newton. Takes an easy one to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play. Able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Still running at the 40. Dashing to the
hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get to the end zone. Nice run.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Looking for a man. It's Holstein. He lofts one down the sideline. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
This is my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
I love it. Defense not surprised, right? Like 4 verticals. This is the play when you want to take a shot down the field. They're ready for it. They got the big lead. They know the pass is coming. Really smart defense.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Man, on 4th and 2, I'm looking at my offensive line. I'm like, you got to give me just a little slither. Great job by the offensive line, blocking up just enough to get the first down, running physically downhill. That's all you want on those 4th and 2 situations.
Looking downfield on first down. Shoots it to the left. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Plenty of work to do here on second and long.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you can tell. They were ready, they were fast, they were physical. They dominated this football game.
To throw, it's Holstein. Looking to scramble. He'll try to do it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback in a third down situation, knowing exactly where the first down marker was. It wasn't there open to throw the football. He was very smart. He got out.
He throws for the end zone. It's picked off, and that's number 10.
Explosive offensive firepower all game long. And here we are late in an obvious passing situation, trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Coming up for the first down. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the 4th quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Under fire. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And the offense comes up short on 3rd down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on 4th down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, shown a variety of all kinds of things. Now it's just about how they want to finish.
He just about took that one all the way to the house. They finally get him down after a tremendous return. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
Now, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some...
Touchdown, Hawkeye! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to...
And that one is picked up in the end zone.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just great.
Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Make it happen. Looking to throw, it's Newton. Here's a hit. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. On the direct snap, it's Dupree. Forced out of the pocket. On a little time, lets it go. Grab near the sticks. It's Holstein. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0. And that is a punch right in the gut to make a play like that and have a penalty wipe it out. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last lap.
It's amazing how much offense was just boom in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.